Namaskar and welcome to Aad Yog. Today in this video we're going to talk about idealism, worshipping of idols. Before we get into it, if you're new to this channel, you can consider later on subscribing if you want to know the real information about spiritual processes. Though there are many channels, but if you really want to pursue your system, here we bring astrology, yoga, and your techniques of breathing. When I say your techniques, it has another meaning behind it. How you as an individual system can practice through breath or through other yogic postures to attain your full potential. And at the end of the day, mixing up in this nothingness. So coming back to the topic of idealism, basically everybody, especially in India, they're worshipping whoever they feel attracted to. Some are worshipping feminine idols, some masculine idols. So there is Shiva idols, Hanumanji idols, the Murtis, and so many other forms. And some, on contrary, they're worshipping so-called negative idols, the Murtis, the idols which are supposed to be keeping the secret of negative energies, to destroy, to bring harm to somebody. And there are many questions basically. The very first question is who you should worship. The secret here is in your astrological chart. First we need to see your ascendant, your first house and your 10th house. And whichever planet in your chart is playing the best character. Then we need to find out the tattva, the element of that planet, of that house. And then we need to worship an idol accordingly. Idol is basically the very first structure, very first step towards the end of, how would I say, the peak where you mix with the one, where you become the one. Because it's quite hard to practice on nothingness. First you need a master, a guru, who shows you nothingness, who brings awareness of Almighty, who's everywhere. True guru can do that. And if you're watching the video, you will get the hint where to find it. Now, once you find, let's suppose we are going through step by step. Let's find out the first step if you want to go through that. Let's suppose you are from a culture where idealism is very strictly practiced and you are somehow attached with it. All those idols that we have been worshipping until now, their true identity is the energy. So what type of frequency, what type of energy you need? The sages, rishis, they were intelligent enough to give a stone the shape shape of that frequency which carries that character. If you want to see Hanumanji's idol, you will find variation in this entire country. The very first thing you will find is every idol of Hanumanji is with a saffron color. Because this frequency, this energy gives you courage. And what saffron color represents? It represents courage. So that somehow, worshipping Hanumanji, you get into the frequency of courage. Somewhere you will find a particular shape of Hanumanji, very popular shape, with muscles, with full body, head to toe, with his weapon as well, Gada, the mace. But somewhere you will find simply a stone with two silver eyes, and everything else, even the stone, is covered with saffron color. That is the frequency. This energy is representing. Hanuman energy is courage. It brings courage with safety, with protection. Now let's talk about Shiva. Very popular shape, Shivalinga. And everybody until now, there's some critics, I would say, some critics have been saying, oh, that people, Hindu people are stupid, that they are worshipping a genital. If we talk about genitals, then genitals are the first reason or equipment that brings you here. They are worth worshipping if you consider yourself pure. If you think you are disgusting, then for you it's disgusting. That's one thing, that's one aspect. But the reality is very different. This shape is very dangerous. It's not for everybody to worship, to meditate on it. It's very hard, very sharp. Why? This is the shape in which our solar system and many other solar systems are revolving around. So now this accumulated energy of this nothingness into these solar systems are channelized at one point. It takes so much to absorb this energy, so much. It is that frequency, it is the representation of that frequency, it is that shape. Now anybody, even Hindu scholars who are saying this is linga, genitals of some reason, you are wrong. This shape itself brings you to the point where you can enter into nothingness. Because at the end of the day, all these solar systems are existing within the God. Don't be misleading. Now we need to understand, in the same way, scholars, rishis of that time, they brought shape for all the deities, because all these deities carry these frequencies of particular nature. And accordingly, these sages gave them shapes so that you can at least enter the first step of spiritualism, the so-called spiritualism I'm saying. If any scholar is listening, if you think that you are spiritual at any point, that is the point from where you started. The journey is long, not short. This is the truth of this idealism. But if you want to move further, advance, get to know yourself, get to see God with your real open eyes, then you have to act on it. It's not given for free. You have to act. You all are free to comment below. If some scholar wants to discuss, argue I won't do. Discuss, I would say, then we can discuss. But if you are entering into first step and you have already entered into this step through your parents, somehow your family is worshipping one idol and you are worshipping the same idol, but you don't know whether you need that frequency or not. That is particular frequency. If you want to know which Devi, which Devta energy, which idol energy is good for you, you can seek our advice through astrological consultations. That's all for today. I'll see you next time. Bless you.